I was curious, I see a lot of mechanics that we've kind of been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this just strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones,
got a phone.
right?
You can play on your tablet too.
Yes, it's also on the Switch. You're right.
An out-of-season April Fool's joke.
No, it's a fully fledged Diablo experience on mobile, which everybody will get to play.
Hey, what's up everybody? So today I'm going to be going over a few reasons why Diablo Immortal, the new mobile game that Blizzard announced, is getting so much hate, and why it's almost the most disliked video on YouTube at this point. They released two trailers, one which was a cinematic trailer and another one which was a gameplay trailer, and both of them have more dislikes than the likes will ever be. So we're going to be discussing pretty much why this game is going to be not really a flop at start or a fail at start, but why so many people are really not looking forward to this, and why it's getting the hate. So number one is that they promised big announcements at BlizzCon. They did say that they have multiple Diablo projects in the works and they can't wait to show us. Okay, so multiple projects are more than one project, obviously, and the only thing that they showed us was Diablo Immortal, which is a mobile game, okay, and that being bringing us to number two, which it's a mobile game, okay. And from the PC fans like me, longtime fans since the first and second game, this is a slap in the face. We have been expecting content for this game for a very long time, and we have gotten nothing. Okay, the only thing that D3 sees is updates to the seasons. And honestly guys, I used to be a big fan of D3, but the seasons bring nothing new. It's just a few new custom portraits for your character and a couple of new trinkets, and that's it. There is really no new content, and there hasn't been in a long time, and it's way overdue. Okay, so number three being, no one said this was going to be a good idea or even begged for this to happen, okay? So in perspective, if you want to put this in perspective, a Diablo mobile game seems like at first a really cool idea, honestly. The fact that we can bring it wherever we want to go. But here's the thing, Diablo on the Switch was just announced, and I know not everybody can afford a $300 gaming system, but I can guarantee you that this is not going to run well on lower end phones just by the graphics, okay? So Diablo on mobile, honestly, this is just something that was not expected, and it was not really anticipated to be a good thing. So number four is bringing us back to number one as well, like they promised big announcements. And number four is the lack of PC content for original fans from years and years ago. Okay, so I think it's been what, about 4 years? I want to say 5 years since the last expansion happened, and that was Reaper of Souls. And honestly, that was a good expansion, okay? But the problem I had from D3 to D2 is that the story wasn't as good. I felt the campaign was shorter, and it really wasn't that great. D3 was a decent game at best, but it did not capture what the second one did. And, you know, when you're sitting there and you're thinking of creative ways to earn money and bring in new customers for the game, why don't you announce a HD remaster like Diablo 1 or Diablo 2? People have been begging for that for years and years, and what they give us is not, we would rather nothing than this. There are people on the internet who are so upset, and they expected absolutely nothing for BlizzCon, and they still got disappointed. So that just goes to show you that this is just not a good idea at all. And number five, many competitors are beating Diablo into the ground, okay? Such as Path Exile is one to name. Another one is Vulcan, Lords of Mayhem, and that's sort of in early access still, but it's a pretty good game from what I've been told. Van Helsing, Torchlight was also it was a pretty good game, I liked it. But there are so many Diablo competitors right now that Blizzard needs to step their game up, or else they're gonna lose the series, okay? Their best intentions right now is a mobile game. And I'm not seeing eye to eye with this. Because if you really want to impress your fans, you're going to stick to what is, you know, the core thing or what they want to see. Which just brings us into the final conclusion. What should Blizzard do next? Okay, what should Blizzard do next in order to kind of paint over this mistake or patch the holes up? So what they need to do is release a Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 HD remaster or remake. That would be number one. That would be the greatest thing ever. Everybody would go insane. And here's the thing about this. If Blizzard wanted money for this, and if they were coming after a cash grab, they could easily make a D2 remaster and it would sell 10 times more than this mobile game ever will with its cash grab, okay? D2 was one of the best-selling PC games of all time in history. Why would they not remake that in HD? You know how many people would flock to it? You know how many people don't play that game just because the game don't run on newer systems or the graphics look terrible? You know how many people would pay for this? Blizzard, if you're watching this video, you need to remake these games, okay? And I guess that pretty much just concludes everything, guys. Leave a like or leave a dislike if you dislike this video. Tell me why in the comments. And subscribe for more content like this. I'm really, as a longtime fan, I'm really upset because I did expect something, at least an announcement for a new Diablo game or some kind of hopes for a remaster. And what we got, guys, we could have had nothing announced. They literally could have just said, hey, we have no announcements for Diablo, and moved on, and we would have been okay. But because it's a mobile game and they built up so much hype around it and displeased the fans and also sold virtual tickets, and then after they sold the virtual ticket, they went on the internet and said, hey, we know what you're thinking is going to happen for Diablo this year, and it's not happening. So basically, they just took our money and was like, okay, you're not getting what you want, go fuck yourself. And it's really upsetting. And people are going to try to debate me in the comments and say, well, they even said that Diablo didn't have anything on the way that's really big like Diablo 4. But the community manager came out and said herself, we have multiple projects in the works and we can't wait to show you. Some of them are going to take longer than others, yes. But you could have at least admitted that something is in the works on stage like Diablo 4 and the internet would break. And they would be so happy. But since you gave us this mobile game and not a shiver of hope for anything else in the series, you have immediately just killed hopes for everything. It's just not a good marketing decision in my opinion, and it's not a good decision at all to do what they did, to just walk off stage and pretend this never happened. You could see the dude on stage and see how embarrassed he was, and just the pure silence, and people laughing at him. This is a joke, honestly, guys. Alright, anyways, tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.